thought defensively we did some good things, and in the kicking game we did as well.
It's the kicker, and it's blocked.
I think that, we just needed one or two more plays.
Drop, shot downfield towards Wan'Dale Robinson. It's picked up.
Look, I'd be booing too, to be honest with you. And
There's highs and lows. There's always, tough moments. There's, you got to have thick skin.
Man, am I so relieved. My Sundays from now until February have opened up. I can wake up, watch NFL football, and not have to worry about the New York Giants. It's so relaxing to know that I no longer have to care about this team, which is going to let me down repeatedly, like the Fresh Prince's father.
How come you don't want me, man?
Oh, it's games like Sunday night that drive home the fact that we are nowhere near being good. Russ Wilson shitting the bed like he has uncontrollably explosive diarrhea.
Unlimited diarrhea.
4th and 3. Chiefs bring some pressure, and they knock it down.
Graham Gano injuring himself in warm-ups for the second consecutive year, altering the entire complexion of the game.
It's the kicker, and it's blocked.
The Boo Birds migrating north once again to MetLife Stadium to sing their beautiful mating song. Oh, it's fall, all right. The fall of the Giants. Well, let's analyze how awful this fucking team is because, man, they really suck. Real quick, please subscribe. I'm only a couple thousand short of 400,000. My entire self-worth is based on whether you like me or not, so it would really help me out if you subscribed. Quick recap, the Giants lost 22-9 to the previously 0-2 Chiefs, and my word, this game was so bad it'll be used to break people during interrogations. KC looked sloppier than a dog eating mayonnaise out of a bowl, committing penalty after penalty.
Flag. Holding. Flag.
The only sliver of hope the Giants had was late in the first half when Cam Scatabo scored a TD to make it 6-6. And it stayed 6-6, not 6-7, because injured Graham Gano couldn't kick, and the Giants were forced to use their punter as a PK. This is so rare. In fact, the only other team that had a punter attempt to kick last year was the 49ers when Mitch Wisnowski hit a 26-yard field goal. But I digress. The Giants had a chance to score with 56 seconds left in the half, but Russ Wilson threw a pick. Then the G-men committed multiple drive extending penalties, including a 52-yard pass interference play by Drew Phillips that led to a Chiefs field goal as time expired in the half. From then on, it was all Chiefs, and the Giants only sipped on despair and grog in the form of soft defense and inept offense. Voodoo magic wasn't needed as the Chiefs scored a TD out of the break and cruised to an easy win, and the chorus of boos and Bronx cheers raining down from the stands at MetLife in a cascading array of sadness. This is Giant football, people. Get used to it.
We felt like the game was tight and close, throughout the game. And like I said, they made, one or two more plays more than us.
Doubt. Analysis. The good. There was only one bright spot all night for the G-men, and that was Cam Scatabo. After starter Tyrone Tracy left with a shoulder injury, Scatabo got the majority of the snaps moving forward and did not disappoint. And he ended up leading the Giants in both rushing yards and receiving yards. Sounds great, right? No, it was 60 and 61 respectively. Great for Cam to lead both categories, but those numbers are still shit. Through 3 games, the Giants have rushed for a grand total of 288 yards, squarely in the bottom third of NFL teams. Either way, 281 total yards of offense isn't going to cut it against the Chiefs, despite how awful they played. Scatabo also added the Giants' lone TD, his second of the year, and for anything positive, that was it. Plus, he did a pretty sweet backflip. The bad. Where do I even start? The coaching, preparation, execution, the roster construction, it's all bad. First, let's start with how they address Malik Nabers being double teamed. Nabers had a grand total of 2 catches for 13 yards, and when he was targeted, the ball was horribly under or overthrown. So you think option 2, Wan'Dale Robinson would be open? Nope, he caught 1 ball for 26 yards. When Darius Slayton and Cam Scatabo are leading your team in catches, something something is not right. Where are the tight ends? Where are the adjustments? The defense played well enough, but continually failed to take advantage of any breaks that they were given. Mahomes actually fumbled twice, and with 1:34 left in the half, Bobby Okereke, instead of simply falling on the ball and gaining possession, tried to scoop and score, and Mahomes pilfered the ball back from him. This was a huge momentum swing as the Chiefs were able to recover and punt, avoiding giving up an instant red zone possession for the field position starved Giants. More bad, both the offense and the defense failed to capitalize on opportunity after opportunity. The offense was gifted multiple drive extending penalties by the Chiefs, and it seemed like the league wanted to keep this game close so that people wouldn't click off the game in disgust. The defense, now I understand Patrick Mahomes is shifty. However, this play at the end of the half was indicative of how the Giants turn a good thing into an awful thing. Having multiple chances to kill a drive with a sack and then turning an uncatchable ball into a 52-yard penalty. Drew Phillips is serviceable. However, the Giants used to have this guy named Xavier McKinney, and he was pretty good. That penalty led to points and a complete momentum shift that the Giants could never overcome. Now to the ugly. First, let's start with kicker Graham Gano, who was injured during warmups for the second consecutive year before a game. Let me be clear. Nobody is trying to get injured. No player wants to let his team down by not doing the right thing and following their pregame routine. Well, it happened again. Gano missed the majority of last season, and the Giants brought him back because surely the past is no indicator of the future, right? Right? So many dominoes fall when you don't have a reliable kicker. Look at the teams that win games in this league. Their special teams are all sewed up. This, once again, is on Joe Shane. You saw last year that this guy was unreliable, often injured, and a serious risk, yet you're like, okay, let's roll the dice. Again, you can't just ignore entire facets of your team and hope they will be okay. This isn't just detail work. This is willful disregard of a known problem. I'm tired of bringing this up, but to take my own advice, if you see a theme, it's not going away. If you see a theme of rooting for this team every Sunday and them losing, it's not going away. Speaking of patterns, Russ Wilson was atrocious, appallingly bad, not just from a stat perspective, but from every test on earth. The eye test, the ear test, the litmus test, the anal probe, you name it, Russ stunk. In a way, having a good regulation against the Cowboys was the worst thing to happen to Russ. This guy now thinks he can be a game changer instead of a game manager, and his 2 picks were indicative of where he is mentally. One thrown into quadruple coverage, another underthrown to Leak, and he tried to force the ball to him. Yes, they were double teaming our best receiver. Yes, the pocket was collapsing, and yes, Russell Wilson sucks. And I hate to sound like a broken record, but Daniel Jones is now 3-0 with their team punting for the first time this season in an all-out beatdown of the Titans. It's amazing how teams like the Giants and Jets ruin talent, have everyone on earth calling those guys bums, and then they go elsewhere and thrive. Now, to be fair, Daniel Jones behind the Giants offensive line would be getting booed as well. In the end, this team is 0-3 and about to embark on one of the toughest schedules any team will face this season. The only seeming relief they will get is against other teams vying for a top 3 pick next year, the Saints, Pats, and Raiders. And honestly, I don't think this team could beat any of them, but they will to fuck up their tank. So yeah, I'm done with this team. You can join me every Sunday to watch them get the living shit kicked out of them. Just know that I am dead inside. 0-17, here we come. Hey, sometimes I feel like a pincushion watching these games, which is why I want to tell you about these custom dolls that are being made of me by Dr. Deb's Creations. These are hand-knit, high-quality miniature dolls that you can own too, with $5 of every sale going to the Alzheimer's Association. I left a link down below in the description, and just letting you know I'm not being compensated for these in any way. I just want to do some chaotic good, as the Giants are absolutely crushing my soul. Well, I hope you subscribe. I'll see you next time. I'll see you on Sunday. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm gonna react. This is terrible.